Hey guys and gals, this is Aaron again. So this video might be a little bit longer because I wanted to add some information that I told you before. I just want to put it in the same video as the tricks so you get what's going on. Don't do a few effects where in a row, especially like tricks that involve cards turning face up, the spectator's card turning face up, and amongst face down cards or their card changing color over and over again because they'll confuse what else happened during the effect with another effect, and you don't want that to happen. So just do one per show. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the Hindu shuffle. I've looked online to see, and there are things that show you how it's done, but they don't tell you why it works. So I'm gonna show you why it works. Okay, show you why and how. This is the Hindu shuffle. It looks like this basically. I'm going to slow that down for you. What I'm basically doing is holding it in what's called biddle grip, like this. And you just pull cards off the top. This is called the Hindu shuffle. Now there's the Hindu force. The Hindu force is pretty much the same thing as the Hindu shuffle. The only difference is you're forcing the bottom card. In this case, it's going to be the... we should do a different card here, because I'm using that for another trick here. Six of clubs. Six of clubs, okay? So six of clubs is on the bottom. It never moves. Watch the bottom. Watch here. Bottom card never moves. It's called the Hindu shuffle. Sorry, Hindu force. Excuse me. Hindu force. Pull cards off the top. Bottom card never moves. Pull cards off the top. Bottom card never moves. Do it from the side so you can see the bottom card never moves. Bottom card never moves. And you can keep doing this over and over and over, and the bottom card will always stay the same. So you just go like this, putting cards off the top, and you say, have them call stop. Stop! They do. And you can show them that card that you already know. And that's how you would do it for the trick that I showed you last time, which used a red card, I believe. Again, it's the same exact thing, only the deck is face up instead. You have a red and face down blues. And there's the red. Hindu force, in a sense. And you just pull cards off the top. Face up cards, and red is still there. You just keep showing the red every once in a while. Show it's a red deck of cards, supposedly. Also butt them up against each other, that way you don't have cards like pulling off here and they see that. You don't want that. So just butt them up against each other from the back like this. That way you always have flat here, and they'll be going up against your finger. So they just say stop. Actually, they don't. You just keep showing the back, and you put this in the bottom. Now here's the other move I want to show you. I think it's called the Erdnase color change. I'm going to do it with a joker, apparently. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to show you how to do it. Erdnase color change looks like this. And you can do some sort of wave if you want to. You can do one of those where you kind of go really fast. You can do it however you want. But the main idea here is you want to use this part of your, like your pinky and the fleshy part of your hand here. Okay, so you're going to use your pinky as you turn face down. You're going to push forward, and the fleshy part of your thumb is going to pull the second to the bottom card back. And I'll do an exposed view in a second. And you're going to let it clear this card. Push this card flush with your pointer finger. Come over with the nude top card, like that. So basically, this is what's happening. You're going like this. You're going to let it clear. Push this one flush. And come over. That's what's happening underneath my hand. So I'm going to do it one more time in normal speed. 1, 2, 3. Work on that. It takes a little bit of practice. Make sure you keep your fingers together when you do it. That might take a little bit of practice as well. Okay? That's what I did for the color change over here. Exactly the same thing. I showed all the cards red for the last trick I did. Show the cards red. They're all red, supposedly. I'm just doing the Hindu force again. Putting it on the bottom. Doing the Ernest color change. 1, 2, 3. And then you can do one of two things here. You can either grab onto the top few cards and spread like that. I don't like to do that because there's a chance that you could show it and they want to see what's going on at the top. Or instead, what I like to do is called a double undercut, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. That way, you can show the top few cards as well and get your different colored card on the bottom. The double undercut basically gets the card from the top to the very bottom, or wherever you want it to go. Usually to the bottom or to the very top. Or a second to the top or a second to the bottom. And how it's going to work is, let's get rid of that card. Let's say you want the Ace of Clubs to the top. You're going to keep a flush, pinky flush, kind of a little bit, on top of the Ace of Clubs. Let's see if I can show you this here. There's the Ace of Clubs. Put your pinky in there. Get a little bit of the flesh in there. So now I have a pinky break on top of the Ace of Clubs. You're going to cut a few cards beneath the Ace of Clubs. You can even cut a little bit more if you want to. And actually what I've done is I've actually transferred the flesh break from my pinky to my thumb. And I'll show you that in a second. It looks like this. What I did was I went from here. I just grabbed it with a little bit of the flesh on my thumb like that. And finally, you're going to bring that last break where your thumb is to the top. That way you now have the Ace of Clubs on top. If you want the Ace of Clubs or whatever card you're holding a break above, if you want it to the bottom, just think bottom beneath. You're going to hold a break beneath the card. In this case, the Ace of Clubs as well. Hold a break beneath. Like that. So all the rest of this goes on top. Cut a few cards. And cut a few cards. And now the Ace of Clubs is on the bottom. Got it? Cool. So that's what I did for the getting it to the bottom. Okay, I'm looking at my list. Okay, I need to teach you a double lift, and I need to teach you the other trick. Okay, double lift. I'm going to use a red card for this, because it's a little bit easier, I guess. Let's go ahead and do it. Double lift. Basically, get a break beneath the top card. Actually, the top two cards in this case. What you're going to do is you're going to show a card, get a break beneath the second top card. So it's just one card right now. Show this card, put it on top, so now you have a break beneath two cards. I'm going to come over and open it like a book. You're going to pull it to the side, all the way to the side, just let it flop over. I think I saw two cards there, but these cards are kind of old, so that might happen. With new cards, it won't happen. Just be able to bring it to the side. Again, go underneath where your pinky's holding a break. Bring it to the end, and it'll just flop over. Again, I think I saw two cards there, but once again, these are old cards. So that's how you do a double lift. That's going to take a little bit of practice as well. So one more time, bring it to the very edge. Bring both cards to the very edge, like here, right there. So you get like a little V, and let it flop over. So now I'm going to go through the other trick. I'm going to tell you everything that's going on as it happens. And if you want me to go through an explanation as I do it, I will. But hopefully everything I showed you will help you figure out what I'm doing. I'm looking at my list to see what's going on here. Okay, cool. So yesterday, for my red pack, I ended up putting the blue deck in there. Let me show you the blue deck. I'm doing a Hindu shuffle slash Hindu force here. You can see they're all blue. And now I'm just going to, now I'm doing the Erdnase color change. Double undercut, we bring it to the bottom. Top 2 cards to the bottom. Now what I did was get it to break beneath the top 2 cards to bring it to the bottom. This way I can show now they're all red. Now I have them pick a card if they do. And I did that so that the I have the 5 of diamonds as my opposite card. And I have the 5 of diamonds now at the very top of the deck. So that way, I did the undercut so that way I don't run into the 5 of diamonds again. I had it second from the top. Sorry, I forgot to show you the setup. The setup was, you know, the opposite card, an X card. Let's go with the 3 of spades. So now you have that, and then you have the 5 of diamonds again. So that's your setup right there. 5, 3, and these 2 are both 5 of diamonds here, like that. So it's the opposite setup as the other one. And you have those at the very top of the pack, like this. And that way you end up with, when you do the change, you end up like this. And those 2 go to the bottom, and you do the double undercut, excuse me. So now you have this. This way you won't run into the other 5 of diamonds. That's why I did to set it up that way. Hopefully you can try to see if we can do this better. Here we go. They pick a card. And they pick a card. Let's go with the Queen of Clubs. You can set the card. You can do a double, pull up a double, excuse me. Show the back to be the only blue card. I'm doing, this is a double here. So you're showing the Queen of Clubs as 1 card. You can set it face down if you want. Try and be careful with it though. And show that it's the only blue card amongst a whole bunch of reds. Punch all the rest of the reds. And you say, okay, not only did I make it switch, did I switch the packs back to where they should be, you know, the blue and the blue pack. Excuse me, the phone fell. There we go. But now, I've also placed a red card. And there's a little bit of psychology here I have to tell you about in a second. I placed a red card in the blue. And you go through, and they can pull out the red card once you get to it. Right there. And it should be the Queen of Clubs. There's a certain timing that you want to be able to go somewhere in between when you switch from one pack to the other to show that you had the red card in the blue or the blue card in the red, so whichever one. Once you've done one, you go to the other. You want to put a little bit of a space. That way, I believe it's after you've added the card, the double back to the, not the double back card, but after you've added the double to the second pack, you want to put a little bit of a space or pause. That way they don't think that you added it just then. They want you to think, or you want them to think, excuse me, that you added it the night before. So find that space. I believe it's right there where I said, make sure that it works there, okay? Find that pause to get them to believe the right thing. I'm going to go on to my final trick that I'm going to leave you with, okay? And it goes something like this. Oh, I'll try to read my own writing. Let me get this out of the way for you guys. Trick goes like this. A card is selected. Let's go with that one. I'll show it to you in a second. There we go. Might look backwards to you, but looks backwards to me. 9 of spades. It's placed into the pack. Right there. I cut the deck. Just like this. I say I can get the card to go down to the very bottom, like this. And it's not up top. And that means must be, wait, that's not the nine of spades. You know what? I got to go down much further than I thought, though. See, I got to go down second to the bottom. See, after this card will be the nine of spades, your card. But it gets even better. I'm going to count 5 cards in my hand, one of them being your card. There's one, there's your card, nine of spades, thank you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to set the 5 cards right here. I'm trying to find a spot where you can see them. Right here. Okay? And then I could turn, face down like this. I could turn face down like this. Or face up. So now should be hopefully 5 cards in here. I'm gonna set this right there. So weird. I don't have a place where I can set these where you can see it. But I only see 4 cards here. I don't see the cards you're looking for. So that means that since those are face down, there's now actually a face down one in here somewhere. I want you to see. No other card is face down except for that one. Right there. And there it is. The nine of spades. I did that a little weird, but I will do it the correct way when I show you how to do it on Tuesday, okay? And that is a trick that I think I sort of created, putting together a few moves. Hope you all enjoyed it. Again, I will see you Tuesday. And this is the longest video I've ever made. Bye for now.